I'm just sitting here imagining that as a to be continued, like the Eric Andre show. Dun, dun, dun.
I am actually really surprised that Yuri the Winthal actually reblogged that post I made about that.
About what?
My Spider-Man screenshot about my praise of the game.
Oh.
Because, man, like, the entire voice cast of that game fucking sold it.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, it's the Spider-Man movie that we didn't, that we didn't get in the 90s. That's how it feels like to me. Like, I'm not saying Homecoming is bad, but which I can't say anything about it because I've not actually seen it yet. Me neither.
But you may want to unfreeze yourself.
Yeah, that was a problem. But yeah, it feels cinematic. It feels like a movie. It feels like what the other Spider-Man movies were trying to be.
Now, if only we could get a game like this for every other, MCU character.
I mean, Sony owns the rights. They have access to the rights. It's entirely possible.
Venom game when? Well, probably.
No.
I don't know.
Are you sure you want a Venom game? Because it's going to be based off of the movie if they do it now.
I could live with that.
And that movie is not looking good.
I could live with it.
The effects look okay, but like the dialogue and the tone, I'm not feeling it.
I mean, remember what Venom is supposed to be. Spider-Man, but edgier.
I don't actually want him to be Spider-Man, but edgier. That we've had better renditions of Venom since then.
Like Topher
So,
Grace?
I'm not... Huh?
Like Topher Grace?
No. When I say renditions, I mean the comic book renditions. I mean, like... I would love to go watch a, Whoa, there's more of them now.
Covered in scorpions.
I'd love a Space Knight Venom movie. That would be... I'd be there day one in the theater with no questions asked. I wouldn't even have to have seen the trailer.
But
that would just get all my money.
That would entail them doing the whole Agent Venom thing, which I would love, but...
Yeah, that too.
Oh no, it's the Great Deku Tree. Oh, thanks, buddy. I love it. Ancient, mystical tree, just like, hey, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, right now I feel like the Venom is probably going to fade away like a turd on the wind. In case you didn't know, that's a line from the trailer.
And then...
That's a thing somebody wrote, it got past editors, and was said in the trailer.
And then, well, maybe, they'll just kind of let the whole Spider-Man stuff go back to Marvel too.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, that's the thing. Marvel effectively has control over it. They have creative control over that character in exchange for Sony being able to use, the stuff that they did have control over.
Fuck you guys.
And it's funny to me because, the Amazing Spider-Man was clearly going to go somewhere, and then they just kind of killed it.
Which is a shame, because I like the first one. Can't say much for the second one.
Second one was, it was okay, but like there was problems.
I had some issues with the first Amazing Spider-Man though, like when he's going into Oscorp, like nobody stops him, literally nobody.
Right. There's lots of things wrong with that movie. Like I went back and like watched it, and I've also kind of looked at some other things, and it's like this movie had problems.
It's not terrible, but it's not like outstanding either.
Right. And ironically, I feel like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, for the most part, hit better beats emotionally and character-wise than the later movies did. And the Amazing series did. Because, you know, on one hand, I kind of like that Spider-Man quipped more in the Amazing movies, but on the other hand, they actually made him an asshole, and it's like, that's not really... They went a little too far with that.
Sort of like, in the original Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet was kind of a jerk.
Yep.
And then when the reboot came out, they're like, yeah, this is what we kind of meant for him to be like.
Yep. Also, they tried to get cute with the origin. And I'm like, one, I don't really need to see the origin anymore, which is why I'm so glad that Amazing didn't, or you know, that the Spider-Man game didn't bother with an origin.
Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna do the origin, don't get cute with the origin. Just play it out. And they tried to get cute.
Behold, it's the boss you just fought, now a regular guy.
Yep. They decided to not have him do the wrestling thing, and then they decided, oh, well, we're gonna...
We'll just give him the costume.
Right, just give him a costume, and then, even better, we'll just say, okay, so instead of him running into the guy, he just runs into him at a convenience store. And then, the guy in the convenience store that he's dealing with is an asshole to him. And they're just, because basically, if I recall correctly, the premise is Peter goes in and he doesn't have enough money for milk or whatever, and the guy's an asshole about it. And then the guy comes in and holds them up, and the shopkeeper's like, "Help me, help me!" Why would you ask this random kid who didn't have any money, who you were just a jerk to help you with the guy holding up the store? Why would that be an expectation you would have?
New York?
No, that makes even less sense. That's not even remotely an excuse. And then that's the guy that goes and kills Uncle Ben, and it's like, this makes no sense. Like I said, they got cute with the origin story, and like I said, if you're gonna do it right. But better yet, don't do it. Just allude to it.
Like, literally everybody knows what Spider-Man's origin story is.
Right, we all know who Spider-Man is. You don't need to make a new version of the origin story. Don't get cute with it. Just go ahead. And like I said, I feel like the PlayStation Spider-Man did it perfectly. And they proved that you don't need to do the fucking origin every time. Heck, the first Spider-Man game, the very first one, the PlayStation, well, not the very first, but the PlayStation one, didn't have an origin story in it. We didn't need an origin story.
I like how they also had a side quest that's a throwback to the original games.
Yes, with the balloon.
I mean the like the original PlayStation ones.
Oh, wait, really? Where was that?
I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the research station ones, where you have to go and fix the cell phone coverage because somebody's invading the Wi-Fi network or something.
I don't know if I'm not sure if I did that one yet. I'll have to check that out.
Basically, you can't fall below a certain level, otherwise you start taking damage very rapidly.
Oh. Yeah, that's the first Spider-Man game, alright. Except in that game you just die.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, I guess we'll go with you. Good thing the evil Overlord's castle is literally like a mile away.
Yep.
Can't help but feel that maybe her getting kidnapped isn't quite as big of a deal as it's being made out to be.
No.
Like, look, dude, we could just...
I mean, she's just going on a spooky day trip, guys. I mean...
Like, guys, look, we could We could get there in maybe like 20 minutes by horse, so it'll be fine. And then mummies. I guess. Fuck you, Mimic.
So what do you think of, I guess really this just happened for us a few hours ago now. Well, I'm not sure when you're going to put this up. But, Telltale just kind of...
Crumbling?
Yeah.
I hear it's because, shitty management.
Basically. And the game is the last game they're working on. They're working on, The Walking Dead, and that's never going to get finished now.
I would say I'm not surprised that, shitty management is to blame.
Yep. Weren't they working on like 10 things at once?
I think they finished Batman, so...
But I seem to recall they were doing like 10 different something games off of the same engine at the same time. That just seems kind of crazy to me.
You know, there was Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, Walking Dead. I don't remember if there was anything else.
And see, the fact that I didn't even know that they were making a Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game, when that's something that I would have super been into, and it's really hard for me to imagine that I would have somehow missed it.
Well, I mean,
the fact that I completely missed that is amazing to me.
I was gonna say, it's not that they were making one, it's that they made one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made it. It came out, and I had no idea that it existed until I found out the company was closing.
I only knew because, well, I'm pretty good about keeping up with game news.
So am I. At least I thought I was. Jeez.
Apparently not.
Yeah. I'm not the only one, though. Like, I saw some other people kind of marveling at, oh, this was the game they made? Look, I have a golden axe.
Ha 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 ha. Maybe it's just
Wrong beat 'em up.
It's a copper axe.
Yeah. I still think it's funny that, like, if you ever played the Genesis version of Golden Axe, you would have no idea why the hell the game was even called that. Because the only axe in the game is held by a dwarf, and it's silver, and it's gold in the arcade version, but it's silver in the Genesis version.
Which is like, why did they not do that? Other than perhaps palette limitations?
I think it was a palette thing, yeah.
Which is weird, considering.
Right, you think, you know, that seems kind of important. That might be the one thing you'd want to get right.
I'm sad we never really got, like, any ports of any of the Golden Axe games past 3.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame.
I can't remember what the hell the beat 'em up that came after it was called. The one before they did the fighting game.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called either, off the top of my head.
Return of Death
I just remember
Adder?
that it was a lot of fun. And it had a centaur.
I think it was Return of Death Adder.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Whereas the fighting game was Golden Axe The Duel.
Yep. It was funny because the centaur would turn into a regular human person when riding an riding an animal. First of all, it was possible to ride one, and secondly, they would suddenly sprout 2 legs so that they could ride it, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
It just makes me think of just like, all she does is just like unzips the front of the costume and steps out of it.
Well, given that, if I recall, oh wait, no, that's not. I'm thinking of the wrong game. I'm thinking of Altered Beast. Apparently, the arcade ending is basically everybody. Oh, this was a movie the whole time.
Like they did with Altered Beast.
Right. Except Golden Axe didn't do that. Golden Axe just had all the people from the game, break out of the arcade machine and just kind of go out into the city and just, I guess, wreak havoc. Which, that would have been a fun thing to follow up on. Wow, did this game come before or after Golden Axe? Because that was very Golden Axe just now.
I mean, we're already here, so why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Will you help us? Like, we're already committed.
I could fight.
Yeah, I could fight. I think this came out after Golden Axe, if I had to guess.
Okay. Because that was the friggin' elf or the friggin' thief dude that we just hit.
Except,
only he dropped gold instead of pots.
And he was human, not
or
like
meat.
Not like a dwarf. I think that's what they were supposed to be. Dwarves? No, not dwarves. Gnomes.
Yeah. And then in the second game, they were just like Jawas or something. That was really weird.
I would have to look, but I'm... God, didn't Golden Axe come out in like 1980, like the early 80s?
I think it was like late 80s.
Either that or mid 80s.
I think it was like late 80s, like 90 something, or like 80, like 89, 90, somewhere thereabouts.
And now you fight that one boss from Streets of Rage 3. Three
In
ninjas.
stereo. No, these guys aren't nearly as badass as those guys.
Oh my god, I just realized the coloration. Two cavaliers. Two cavaliers.
Oh dear.
Basically what's going on here. Christmas has come early. Your present is death. Ugh, I can't handle all these fucking games coming out next month and January.
This is ridiculous.
Like, guys, you need to settle down. Like, honestly, it's like, swear to God, they could just stop making video games for about a year. And I'd be totally
At least
okay with
half of them are fighting games that you don't necessarily need to be playing just non-stop.
Yeah.
That kind of helps a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I should have picked up the food.
And it was funny, was like I was kind of like not sure about the next WWE 2K game, and then they just like, because they were doing something weird with it. Like they went out and they said, okay, here are the characters who are going to be, here are the wrestlers that are going to be in the game, and they were very, very coy about what else was in the game for a long time. Like normally, the last year when they put out a game, I knew just about everything that was going to be in the game at this point. But this year, for some reason, they decided to hold off, and then like now at the last minute, with just like a month to go, they got a bunch of like YouTubers and stuff to play the game, and like they got to release all their footage the other day, and there's just all kinds of crazy shit in that game.
You know, I'm kind of confused. I thought Tokyo Game Show was going on right now.
I think it is.
It's just like nobody's really came out with any news, really.
Yeah, they haven't said a whole lot yet. What is this bullshit?
Okay. Like, are we gonna fight?
Yeah, are we just gonna play patty cake here?
He's talented. He knows how to Zui fight. I might have to try punching and kicking.
Yep. You hear that? He knows timed hits.
That's what you get for being a wizard.
Wait, Master?
Wait, were you in charge or something?
This is the first I've heard of this guy.
Are we rebels? Are we rebelling against authority? I didn't realize that. I thought we were just kind of here.
Yep, this is basically the Lich.
Somebody was like, hey, can you go kill this guy? And we said, sure, because, I mean, that's what adventurers do.
Yep, this is basically the Lich from the second D&D game.
It's like, dude, can you really blame us? This is like literally what adventurers are supposed to do. We don't ask questions. Somebody says, hey, go kill this dude. Like, you might ask why, but odds are good you won't, because money's involved.
Yep.
I mean, I've learned that it's always wise to ask questions, but don't want to do anything stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that fucking dude just flew out of here.
And then he turned into frogs.
It was just a bunch of frogs in, like, a robe.
That's not suspicious at all.
Shit,
Wait,
there's
that wasn't
more?
it? Yeah. Well, see, I've never played this game, so I have no idea how long it is.
I cannot actually remember how long it is. But it was just like, oh wow, that's not the end, huh? Yeah, always ask questions when the person seems slightly shady. Otherwise, like, whatever.
Yep. But yeah, I'm actually kind of stoked for this wrestling game now. They have a story mode that actually has voices, and a career mode that actually has voices in it. And looks like it won't be like a waste of time like they have been in the last few years. They apparently sped up the game a whole bunch. That was definitely needed.
When I think of story modes in WWE games, I think of that one with Santino.
Which one specifically?
I believe it was 2010. It's like you look like somebody that just was made in a video game. And side glance to the camera, like, haha, look what we did there.
Oh yeah. Like I said, one thing that I never did before, until relatively recent, was like actually play through some of those single player modes. And apparently those things got pretty crazy.
I mean,
like there's apparently one where one of the characters had a magic wand, and it just did random shit. Like Triple H got hit by it and he turned into a girl. And
I would have just replaced his model with Stephanie McMahon.
Like literally just replace. Didn't replace the model with Stephanie McMahon, but it was just clearly just like a completely different character. And then it would just also make them just fall over, or just all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And just then there was another one where like there were these zombies. Speaking of which, there's a zombie version of Triple H in a new game. Why? Who knows? Because
I remember they kind of did that with The Undertaker in one of the games.
Yeah, there was a bit where The Undertaker had to fight zombies, and then there was another one where The Undertaker had a bunch of druids, and there was like a battle royal you would have to fight with a bunch of druids, and it was really crazy looking.
Sure, dude, that doesn't sound fucking suspicious at all.
Yeah.
I should probably, like, next time on Radical Bromance.
Yep.
Anyway, next time on Radical Bromance, more sordid adventure fantasy.